bro.
Well, can you really add math into that when it's more like?
Well, why can't you? He's added math into everything.
There are people that study
like math and psychology.
There's people that study
it's kind of weird. It becomes blurry.
Yeah, and I can tell that you are not one of the people who have studied probability.
I mean, I've talked to people with degrees in this shit, and they agree. They study synchronicities. They study events like this, and they're so impossible.
Holy shit!
Bro, you know, there's a whole field of people that study in a Chinese book.
You know, there's a whole field of people that think crystals have healing powers.
Well, they don't.
There are also whole sets of people who study the exact opposite and stuff that disproves that book.
Okay, yes, there are things like this. What I'm saying, bro.
Just things like anything in the world.
Yeah,
like we don't know about it.
It's so fucking stupid. Holy shit! Have you ever looked in the mirror and talked to yourself?
Have we ever thought about society?
The words that are like coming out of your mouth and be like, "Huh, that doesn't really make sense now, does it?"
All right, bro. Listen, look, I used to be like you. I was fucking, I was virgin, and I never fucking believed
you used
that God
to not
was
know
possible.
the definition of synchronicity, but then you
was an
had to look it
atheist, and I
up,
fucking
and then you're like,
didn't
"Oh, okay, I see."
Bro, I'm just telling you, bro. Some shit. If you pay attention, if you look at the ground, if you look at the leaves on the ground, my nigga, some shit. One day you will get some shit, and it will be such an impossible chance, and there will be a narrative behind it, and that's what's gonna blow your fucking mind. Is that you're gonna be struggling in life if you open up within yourself the possibility of a God, bro, and you
wanna know some shit? I grew up in a really religious family. Okay, I've read all kinds of different religious texts. All right, I've read the Bible front to back so many times. All right, I've read the Bhagavad Gita. Do you even know what that is?
Yes,
do you?
The Hindu or Buddhist
or
whatever.
Yes. I've read that front to back several times over. I've read the Quran several times over. The Quran has a lot of stuff in there about the impossibility of things, but guess what? All of it's just whatever, dude. Like, okay. It's like, okay. It doesn't.
Look, I never said I followed it.
It's just good to know because in some cases it could happen.
In jihad, find the Jews and the Christians and boil them alive, nigga.
There's tons of horrible
you
shit.
Think I follow fucking? No, I don't.
No, you're missing my point because you don't understand words.
What's your point then? Are you?
My point.
You haven't said anything to do with my point. So how am I supposed to
things when there is no significance from things? My man is gonna look at the graph that shows like inflation versus Captain Crunch flavors and shit like that.
Okay, but like, mathematical
is causing inflation.
Mathematical significance.
Every time they release a new Captain Crunch flavor, dude, inflation goes up.
Bro, you can calculate probability.
I'm right though, right?
Dude, you're not wrong, bro.
I'm not wrong.
Not wrong. It just adds up, bro.
Dude, the probability of them releasing a new Captain Crunch flavor and inflation going up is so mathematically low.
You're crazy, bro. It's insane. You're such a genius, bro. But bro, I honestly, if you open up the idea, the possibility to that, you will get some shit, bro. You will get a sign, bro.
Can you just not say bro? Like, holy fuck, Connor.
Bob's like, I've heard that word many times.
Why? What are you gonna do about it, fat ass nigga?
You know what?
I can do anything, bro. Just fucking stop using it.
You sounded like my.
You sound exactly like Tony, bro. Oh my goodness.
Bro, exactly, bro. You look like the fucking Pillsbury Doughboy, okay? Make me a fucking biscuit, bro.
When you start to believe in God, you don't start believing in chance, only coincidence. No.
I'm gonna go look for my cat outside.
Good luck, brother.
Godspeed, Will.
Bruh, if you open up your mind, bro, and you start meditating.
I have meditated before. I actually do meditate still.
I can't meditate. My mind is constantly on. I'll never be able to relax it.
Oh no, you're not. You don't have to like turn off your mind while you're meditating.
I know, but it can't relax. It's just constantly moving. I can't let everything settle down and move it, close to slow. It's just always. It's always.
Do you believe that everything in the universe is decided can be explained by math?
No.
Do you believe that?
I have to believe that.
Well, we don't know what's in the universe, so you can't really answer that question.
And I don't believe math is perfectly infallible.
Oh, nothing is. Nothing's really perfect.
Okay.
You know what I do believe? I believe that math helps shape the best understanding of the universe that we have.
That's why I like it.
So, do you believe that math is true though? Like, basic
everything
math.
has its flaws.
Like using
Well, yes,
like,
basic math is
100,
actually
like
a constant.
99.999%.
Basic math is a constant. That is true.
All right, following
In
basic
every
math.
universe,
Who
one
said that?
object plus 2 of that same object will be 4 of that object. That is actually just true.
So like the percentage at which like science experiments are correct, but like there's that small percent which they're like never correct.
You're gonna have to be more specific than that. Like, are you talking about when things are like peer reviewed and how there's a horrible issue with like peer review? Because a lot of stuff, and especially with stuff like psychology, it's really, really fucking hard for them to actually replicate those results.
Nah, like when you measure things at a certain point, I forgot the scientific term, but like there's variance that like always variance with every single mathematical observation. There's variance at every single
Well, if you're
point.
talking about like measurements of stuff, that is mostly true. There is going to be variance in like me measuring 350 milliliters in something. Of course, there's going to be variances. It could be one extra water molecule, and that is now.
I'm gonna get water. I'll be right back.
Okay, so let's say
There's not going to be variance in all measurements. Stuff like absolute zero, there's no variance in that. There's not variance when I'm just calculating just the raw speed of light.
Okay, yeah, I'm just asking if you are agreeing with these.
Yes, it is possible for experiments to have variance.
No, I'm saying that every single experiment, the results, the proof.
No, that is not true.
When you look at something, there is variance in any amount of data.
That is not true. Not for every
single. When you take a lot of data, there's variance in every single. Yes, it is true.
Every way that you calculate the speed of light right now, it will be the same if you are doing it correctly. There is no variance there. The speed of light is that. There's no variance to be found there. There are things that are set.
Okay, well.
What if we scale it a different way?
How to measure the speed of light right now? Because I don't know the metrics of that.
You want to here? Hold on. You want to know something about synchronicity? You want to know something about synchronicity? Look up the coordinates to the Pyramid of Giza, and they are actually like the first like 5 digits of the speed of light.
Yes, I know.
But I think it's also like in miles per hour. But also, it's longitude and latitude, and Egyptians didn't use that. But it's one of those things that is actually just a coincidence. Because it could have actually just been like, no matter what, anywhere on longitude and latitude would have those. Like that just exists in that system.
Okay, that's a pretty small chance. It's not that crazy. Like
No. Even if the pyramids were never built, right? And if we flip longitude and latitude, like now it's latitude and longitude instead of longitude and latitude, the speed of light as a number still exists within that set. It doesn't just disappear. Like it always exists. What does
that have to do with my point, bro? What are you talking about?
I'm currently talking about how you can't draw a conclusion for something just because it is. I'm still talking about the same point, homie. I've been talking about that point for a while.
We kind of lose track of
define conclusion, because there's variance in every scientific conclusion at the smallest level of measurement. Yes, there is.
Yes, there is. Demonstrably not true.
Demonstrably, but yes, that is at a very small level of measurement.
Sorry, I used a little bit of a big word there. Sorry.
Demonstrably, like what? I said demonstrably, like a monster. The fuck?
Are you for real?
Bruh.
No, Archer, he doesn't know the definition.
Are you being real?
Don't worry about it. I don't know it either.
Nigga.
Dude.
Bro, at the smallest level of measurement, there is variance. Look, bro.
It depends on what you were measuring. Like it's never. You're never going to agree with me here clearly because there's something in your brain that's blocking you from understanding a simple truth that shapes are always going to be that shape, even if they have a different name. Numbers plus number. I'm still talking. Numbers plus numbers are always going to equal that same number, even if you assign like a different name for that value. 4 is still 4, even if it's called 4 pi.
Yes, but that's not nature. Those are man-made things. Math is a
no. 4 is not a man-made thing.
And is our perspective.
No.
It is our perspective, but there's multiple ways to look at it.
Yes, it is.
But we don't know about it. That's why we like seeing math as our only way.
Math exists whether
We see it
write
as if it
down
makes sense, but we don't know if it makes sense completely.
Bro,
You know-
math is made by people.
Connor, do you think oxygen only exists when you breathe it?
Nigga, that has
No,
literally
that's a
nothing to
serious
do with
question.
what we're
Answer
I
talking
that
don't
about.
believe in oxygen. Da-da-da.
Does oxygen only exist in the moments where you need to breathe it?
No.
So therefore, why would math only exist as a man-made thing? It still exists outside of us using it.
Okay, I said our perspective of math and our understanding of math. You agreed earlier that math
Our way
cannot
of
be-
looking at the universe. I guess.
our math cannot describe everything in the universe. You agreed that earlier. So our
I
perspective of
I
math
said
is
that
clearly not
I would not say it is
congruent with the
infallible.
fucking
That is
universe's
correct.
actual natural behaviors of math. Am I incorrect?
I said that I would not describe math as infallible.
Oh, okay.
That is actually
I didn't
the
remember using
verbatim
that
words
word.
that I did use. Well, I did use that word actually. I've used
Oh.
it several times because that word has an actual meaning. All right. The words that I use have meanings to them. Their meanings of words are called definitions, just so you know. I don't know if you know
Oh
that.
wow. Okay. Yeah. Well,
And
let's be on the test.
infallible, right?
There's only one
Infallible
way to
is a
explore the
pretty
unknown.
important word.
That's just to go.
Do you know what infallible means? Infallible means that it is incapable of making mistakes or
Okay.
being
Wow.
wrong.
Yes.
Right?
Crazy. I'm
So
writing this
when I
down.
say math is not infallible,
This is very related to
saying it is
our
not
conversation.
impossible, that there
I've
is a chance
Definitely
that
asked
math
you the
can
definition
be
of
wrong.
fallible.
Your stories are like, all right, I'm gonna go from this point to this point, but then we're gonna take a little detour here, and then we're gonna
Yeah, I had to take
backtrack,
a detour
and then
because
bit to the
I
left.
those definitions of the words I was using.
All right, bro. Look, even
I
if
mean, you could have finished your point and then talked about it.
even
Well,
if,
the
bro,
point is
let's say
circular because he's
let's say
refused to
you're
accept
correct
an
in
axiom of
everything to an exact, like you say, or you know, whatever. I don't fully understand whatever
Oh,
work
shit, what time is it?
you have about the
Species?
scientific measurement, but let's say that you can
Right back.
measure everything 100%, or however you said, depending on measurement.
I said it depends on what you are measuring.
If you okay, so mathematically, something happens to you that is so low, just so low, like mathematically, like you cancel you figure out the probability of it so impossibly low, and not only is it so impossibly astronomically low that it happens to you, it has a narrative behind it. So
Describe what you mean
something
by it having a narrative
relative to
behind
you in your life. Okay.
Okay,
Let's
narratives
say-
are man-made.
like no, like
Narratives.
by a narrative. Show me like say an example of that. Of
Okay, so
what
let's
count
say
as having a narrative behind it.
you know, it's hard for me to come up with something that'd be like crazy impossible because according to quantum physics, anything is possible. But
Just like the your gay thing. Go roll
Yes
with
and
like the your gay and the loose thing. Roll with that story.
okay, so let's say your wife committed suicide or something, and you're having a really hard time in life, and you're just struggling, and every day for you is just like every breath in that you take is just like you're lifting a weight or something, and because you don't even want to fucking exist anymore, bro. And you look to yourself and you have nothing else left for you. You sit there, you meditate yourself, you say, I have nothing, you know, I open to God, like I don't know if this shit's real, but like I'm open to God, and like if this shit is even real, and like I'm willing to like take a message, take a sign, like if this shit's open, and like I honestly really will you know, do this shit, and you know, just a basic thought like that to yourself. And then let's say you get up and the next day, like, or something, like you get a message or some shit like that is related to your problem. Okay, like you read a book and like you just open to a random page and the first word is like the fucking name of your wife or some shit, and on the same day you find some other shit that she left behind or some shit, and on the same day, like or let's say she was missing and like she's found on the same day, and let's say like other shit like that's like still possible coincidentally, but like it goes deeper and deeper and deeper. And if you really observe, these experiences happen and there's a narrative behind it. Like you asked for something, the narrative is that you asked for something, and all the events, like anything improbable could happen to you, like a meteor could fall on you or anything, but all the improbable events were related to your deceased wife.
So I can give some examples of stuff like that happening.
which even lowers the probability
not to
even
me,
more.
but to people in my family. So take for example, my adoptive grandfather, right? He told his wife that if he died, he would visit her as a blue jay. And one day, when she was walking in a park, a blue jay landed on her and just sat on her shoulder for the entire time she walked in the park.
That's so cool.
Pretty cool, right? But one, people walk in that park all the time. Two, there's a lot of blue jays at that park. Blue jays are pretty used to the people that are at that park.
Okay.
So it doesn't.
Well, that's
really
a pretty high chance. I'd say around.
It's not even that it's actually a super high chance, but it's not really.
It's enough to know that it's possible without having it be coincidence.
It lines up already, and it has that narrative. So there's something. It has like some real fancy name named after like the guy who like coined this term, but it is also called the frequency illusion. And what that is it's not directly the same as this, but what the frequency illusion is you learn like a new concept, and then you're on the internet, and then like you see a comment of somebody mentioning that concept, and you're like, wow, it's kind of weird how after I learned this thing I keep seeing it over and over and over again. It's just called the frequency illusion. Like, it's always been that way, it's just that now you are noticing it. So there have always been moments in life where you could assign a narrative to an event that's happened. And now you're just assigning a narrative to it. There's no reason to assign a narrative to that event over other events.
Yes, but these events that have lower probability than these. It's not just thinking of something and seeing a YouTube comment or just, it's something that is so impossibly low. And when you feel to yourself about it and you think about it, people swear that they feel better about it and shit. Having thought that shit.
So I have a question for you. So would you not?
I never said I believe in it. Wait, before your question.
Yeah.
Put this. I never said I believe in a specific God, but I believe that there is an entity higher than us that watches on our life through some kind of system. Like, understand, like ants don't understand the events of the outer world. I feel like there's an entity that communicates with us through events that have narratives. Okay. I don't know. I don't believe in a specific religion. I believe that Buddhism has a lot of actual practical use, and that I adhere most to something like Buddhism.
When you started the conversation, you said no specific God, and you had mentioned a lot about meditating. So I'd already.
Sorry.
I wasn't prescribing you as a certain religion.
All right. Good. I'm just making sure. What was your question?
So for on the impossibilities of things occurring and narratives to it, right? Let's say you're on the internet one day and you read an article and it's about something called I don't know, the Dunning-Kruger effect, and then later on, same day, you see it in a comment, and then later on you see a post of it. And that's wow, 2 days in a row you've seen the Dunning-Kruger effect. Right? Barely any time in between those. Would you not say that also has a near impossibility chance, right?
No, that's
pretty
possible. I mean, search results and shit and related searches and are you saying no cookies allowed or some shit? No, Google tracks your searches and fucking.
No. I'm talking about you learn something and then you're seeing it now on anonymous social medias. So not Instagram, but you just see it online somewhere. You're not logged in or anything. You have no cookies enabled or anything. You're browsing Reddit or you're on Tumblr for some reason. I don't know why.
You guys want to talk about a coffee shop?
Why is finding two separate people using the Dunning-Kruger effect after you have learned of the Dunning-Kruger effect just 48 hours before at the most? Why is that not an impossibly low chance?
I mean, I don't know. We could calculate the probability of that, out of a math, actually, but to me, it doesn't seem like it's that low. But it
No, and I would actually agree with you. I don't think it's actually that low, and that's part of the issues. I don't think that the probabilities of things are really that low at all. For a lot of things, they're low, but there's things that are constantly happening anyways. It's not I'm rolling 999 dice at once here, right? And it's what is the probability that I
That
roll
they all
all
land on
nines.
one or
It's actually a
something.
higher probability than you think if I roll like a bunch of d10s, right? But since I'm rolling all of those, like I'm rolling so many dice at once, there's actually a pretty high chance that somewhere in those nearly 1,000 dice, there's going to be a sequence of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this another sequence somewhere of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's still actually a low chance of that happening, but of it happening as a whole in the entire system, not really that high or not really that low.
Okay, what is your point? Yes.
My point is still like the probabilities of things. You can't really assign probabilities of things without knowing the entire system, firstly. So like in that example, I have 999 dice. You can start actually calculating the probabilities of things here. A lot of the things that you're saying, it's hard to define the variables of what we're going to be defining. So take my Dunning-Kruger effect example there, right? So we have the variables of about 7.7-ish billion people in the world. I don't know how
8
many
point
have
something
internet
now.
access. We'll say, oh yeah, there's a lot of people. We'll
Yeah,
say
global warming.
5 billion have internet access, and then we'll say of that 5 billion, there's 3 billion that are using that social media site. And then, so from that 3 billion, how many have learned about that effect? How many have like learned about it recently? There are so many differing
Yeah,
variables.
people have done this, bro.
Dude,
People have
Jax,
done this, and there's people that
This
study
is
this
so
in college.
fucking funny.
And there's
I
certain things
I wish
that
I recorded
when
it
they study
beforehand,
these things,
because
when
he
they
was
do
just
probability on this shit, like for real,
absolute
it
shitting
doesn't.
on him. Just
It's so impossibly
troglodyte,
low. The synchronicities
Chrome
are so
Magnum,
impossibly low that it
and
literally
other words.
there's no way, like, it's just so low. That's why there's people studying this in college and shit.
Well, yeah,
That's
but
why
the point is
psychologists
that
study this shit,
just
you know?
because something has a low probability doesn't mean it actually has any significance, right? Like the probability of NBA superstar LeBron James flying to my house and giving me a handshake within the next 3 days is so impossibly small that it might as well be zero, right? It might as well be zero. There's almost no chance that
Okay, but who says that it has
LeBron
no
James
meaning?
is going
Okay,
to
look,
fly to Tampa,
do you agree
drive
that
on
humans
down to my
do
house,
not have a
give me
complete
a
understanding of how the universe operates? The
Of course, we don't
reality
have
in
a
which we
complete
perceive
understanding, but just
operates?
because we don't have a complete understanding doesn't mean we have zero understanding.
Okay, yes, this is the whatever called argument.
It's like you said, it's very, very small.
LeBron James can shake my hand in the next 3 days, and all it means is that LeBron James shook my hand within that time frame. That's all it means.
So
LeBron is not the best anymore. Michael Jordan still.
Chrome Magnum.
Some people say that LeBron is better now.
And fucking
Well, better
okay.
than
Bob
than
just
Michael
messaged
Jordan.
me and he's like,
Said
bro, why
LeBron
is
James is not the
Jacob
best
so fucking
anymore
smart?
is weird.
Not any, no.
You're in the NBA right now. If you think otherwise, you're kind of wrong.
So, do you believe there's a possibility of a higher entity that washes over us and gives, narrative
Let's find out what Jacob thinks.
synchronicities?
I would
I
say
like
there's
to
a
believe.
possibility, but that possibility could range anywhere from a
0
near
to 100.
infinite number of 0 decimals to 99%. Just because there's
Why?
a
That means-
possibility of it doesn't really mean anything. Because I've
Why
already
not?
said that our understanding of the universe is not complete. It's entirely possible that 7 leprechauns created the universe.
Anything's
You can't prove
possible.
that wrong.
Let's just leave it at that.
Okay, but like things in math, variation in
Oh, he's not
specific
done.
math experiments, there's always variation. Like when you measure down to a certain point, at like a certain size of variation of measurement, there's
This dude's so
variation
fucking
in
stupid,
every
it's insane.
Yes and no.
compilation of
We
experiments.
have things where we know they are exactly this.
Dude.
Like we're back at this point again, where there are things that we know for a fact they are that.
But they're man-made. They're not even actual
What does it
observations
matter
of
if they're
nature. Like, using tools to observe
Why
nature.
would a man-made thing technically not be part of nature if man would be part of
Dude.
nature? Why would a man-made thing?
Because it operates in our field of consciousness. An
So-
ant does not understand mathematics.
Would a prairie cat den not count as nature because it's been created by something outside of just a normal system? Like it wasn't a formation of non-conscious beings
What
that
is
made
this
it.
one?
So Nisi's
Like
so
prairie
fucking
cats
retarded
made
too.
that den.
I literally sent mom
It's not
like,
like
bro,
the
why is
den was
Nisi even
formed
speaking?
when all the
'Cause
gas
they were
and
like-
meteors and formed
I'll
the
let
earth.
Jacob finish.
Prairie cats made that den, so does it not count as nature?
No, I'm talking about observations of actual physical things.
That wasn't the question.
Yeah,
With
prairie cat den is
scientific
physical.
tools.
I can observe a prairie cat den.
Yes,
Rebuttal.
but your eyes are not accurate physical tools. You know there are people that see
I
people
agree with
walk around
What does that
with
even mean?
Have schizophrenia and shit.
You know, I agree that your eyes are not accurate tools. I agree that
That's
memory
why we
is
have
not an
scientific
accurate
tools.
tool,
That's
and
why
that
I
is
said
part of
observe.
why
Observe doesn't
science
necessarily mean with your
exists.
eyes.
And because of science, we do know that there are some things that are exactly something. We know these things
What do
because
you mean
of
by
the
that?
exact fact that we don't have.
What do you
We
mean
can
by
measure the distance that the moon is from us with, for all intents and purposes, perfect
Dude,
precision.
I
Because
wish I
we
would've
know-
recorded it.
Well, we can do it with the
entire
lasers because we
first
have fucking
part,
panels up there.
Connor
know
came
the
in,
distance
and he
No, we
that
can't.
that
said
panel is.
bruh
Yes, we
and
can.
No, we
nigga.
can't.
Yes,
There's
we
a
can.
small
And
variation.
it literally like Bob
No,
was
no, no,
like,
no,
dude,
no,
can
no,
you
no,
stop
no,
saying
no.
it?
Measurement. There's a small
No, no, no,
variation.
no,
Yes,
no.
there is.
You know
You sound
why?
like
Because we know what the speed of light is,
Tony
and the
or
speed of
whatever
light's
the
a
fuck.
constant thing.
And
No,
Jake
that's
just went
a
like,
theory,
variation.
bro, it's
When-
incredible.
when-
This guy
Mathematical
only
theory.
knows two words, bruh and nigga.
Did you just say the speed of light is a mathematical theory?
Yes, it is.
It's not.
Oh,
Do you even know what theory is?
Universal
In terms of
theory.
Science, what do
know
you
that
think
a theory
theory is
isn't
in terms of
actually like
science?
his theory is pretty solid, but it's still not 100%. It's
A
based
theory
by
is actually not even just pretty solid, but so solid that it is
So
synonymous.
like a flat earther thinking it.
Theory is so solid that it is synonymous with
That's
fact.
Nisi.
Don't get that twisted.
No, it's not
Theory
synonymous with
is
fact.
so solid that it is synonymous with fact. It doesn't mean it is fact, but for all intents and purposes, theories are facts.
You're talking about
A
you know what
theory
like,
in
the
science
scientific
is
meaning of a theory
explaining
is, right?
something. Theories are explaining phenomena.
Be honest, bro. I don't think you know the scientific meaning of a theory.
Okay, yes, it's a compilation of experiments.
Yes and no.
that
Theories are
to
just
make
an
up a
explanation
theory.
of a phenomenon.
It is a large compilation of experiments that have come to a similar conclusion that come to a certain theory, but those experiments always have variation at the smallest level.
I think another thing is, so with the scientific method doesn't purport, or like it doesn't say that you have to be doing an experiment for something to be the scientific method. Science is not some solid thing. Science is a construct and it's a way of thinking. It's not, this is only science when, and actually it kind of is, this is only science when you do X, Y, Z. But science
But
is
yeah,
not
fucking
just
Googled it,
one
bro.
thing. It's not just
He's Googled
for a
it.
scientific theory. It's only doing experiments for
He
things.
Googled it.
Okay, well, it doesn't really seem related, but okay.
Bro,
Hey,
this
let's look this
dude
up.
reminds me
You want to
of
look up what
when
a scientific theory is?
Katy Perry
No, like sources of
said,
variation.
is math related to science? That's what this guy like.
So I've
embodies.
conceded that in some things, depending on what you're measuring, there is going to be variation.
Fucking-
But I'm
Okay,
not
fucking
conceding
looked
that
this shit up
is,
so hard. He's
like, there is not
yes, I know it's a
variation
scientific theory.
in constants.
Okay, now you're
If you
changing
want
what
to
you're
be
saying.
technical, depending on enough
Oh,
variables
Jacob
thrown
was
at it, a
changing his
constant
argument.
can be different, but we know the situations
Jacob
in which the
didn't hear it,
constants are different. But for the most part, the constants are the same. And what I mean by the most part is actually every single scenario but like two. And those scenarios tend to involve black
She
holes.
might be because
so-
now she knows
Oh my
that
God,
math
bro,
is
this
related
guy.
to science.
Why are you?
How long is this gonna go on for? Please
I don't know,
make it stop.
I'm just in this fucking Valorant.
Guys, it's like Kyogre and Groudon. It's never gonna stop until Rayquaza shows up.
Those 10, dude.
Bro,
This man is
mean-
literally
Jax,
brick
Jax,
wall,
do you wanna
dude.
play with
I
us?
don't
Kevin,
know.
I'm
You both are.
I have
Get
to
over
accept
it.
things.
It was an interesting conversation, though.
That was something else. It wasn't a conversation. That was a full-on attack
Dude,
on
it
the
was more like
person.
just
That was a
speaking because there's
war.
a fucking podcast going.
It
I
was a
have
podcast.
completed several things. I don't know what more you want from me.
Nothing.
I want your love.
I don't wanna give it.
That's so
I want your
funny,
sweet cheeks.
dude.
I'm gonna
That's
clap the
so
fuck out of them
funny.
cheeks. Bro. I'm gonna make
One
you say
day it will
God.
happen.
Damn, bro, you got the whole
Mathematical
squad
chances of
laughing.
me clapping your cheeks as good as I am gonna fucking clap them
That's practically
make
impossible.
you understand God.
Like the chance of that happening, if it happened, maybe. But
Chance
since
of
the
that happening is
mathematical chances so low,
99.99%.
Do you want to replace Bob in this Valorant?
Get fucked.
It will
Literally.
happen.
Dude, so fucking stupid.
Bruh.
Oh
So
my
you just
god.
believe your your grandfather was just bullshit when he said I'm gonna visit you as a Blue Jay? Think he was just an idiot?
I think it's just
I
something
think
comforting
the
to say.
event of my
You
grandmother
just reminded me of
having
Moana when the grandma
daughter's
turned into a
shoulder
manta ray.
does not mean that my adopted great grandfather reincarnated as a blue jay and visited her, because those blue jays still existed. For all I know, that blue jay was alive before he died.
Okay.
What's a 50-50 then?
50-50, it's either true or not.
If he was, or he wasn't.
I'll accept that.
Dude,
You got me
unless you
there.
can get Mike, I don't have Mike's on.
50-50.
Either he was reincarnated or he wasn't. I
Hey,
guess
bro,
we'll
but that's the possibility, bro.
Jax, if you want to
It
play
definitely
Valorant,
is a possibility.
This is
I
why I
will
want to take
happily
engineering
go
and
into the
architecture.
possible, and it can be for
Easy,
staff.
what?
Or
Oh.
we
I
can
want to
play
major in
Halo
it.
Oh.
for like
All right,
Engineering.
I'll
an
see you.
hour,
Because
an
math
hour
is
and a half.
cool.
I'm out of here.
Peace out,
Yeah.
Maggie. Which engineering field you thinking about, Nisi?
Probably. I actually don't know the different types. I always thought that engineering was mostly like computer
You
hardware.
either die.
Okay, so there's computer engineering, which is like circuit boards and shit.
Yeah,
There's electrical engineering, which is like electrical shit.
There's
like
civil
houses,
engineering.
like inside lights. Whatever.
There's like
Oh,
civil
that's an
engineering.
electrician.
There's, like,
That's
building
not
publishing.
Oh,
Electrical engineering is going to be like you
Damn,
designing.
this dude's so
electronics.
fucking
An
retarded.
electrician is you fixing stuff.
I want to do like
Yes.
inside homes, inside lights, and dudes wants to be an
There
electrician.
are civil engineers where you're working on like
You're
Uh,
basically
city
testing the
projects.
safety of public structures.
Bro,
Yeah.
you guys are fucking school cucks. I can just tell by just smelling your
Yes,
fucking
we are
feet.
school
I can-
cucks.
because I want to go to college for this. It's like I want to do this. I want to
No,
do this, and I will get
What
get
does
earned
what
for
does
it.
being a school cuck entail?
like I'm basically a
Being a
college
fucking-
dropout right now.
Being a slave.
Being a
Being a
slave to what?
slave.
I mean,
Working
we're all
on
slaves to
something
society
that
because we have to do something for it. So
probably isn't worth it in terms of actual fulfillment.
it's not. Society will never be worth it. As long as you're in it, nothing's ever worth it.
Different depending on the person.
Yeah, like I find a great amount of fulfillment out of making software that people use and enjoy, and
As long as you like to do what you want to do.
You're a
And if-
soulless robot. I can
if
see
you
it in
think
your eyes.
if you think I'm a soulless robot for enjoying to do that, for enjoying to make things that I like, I enjoy making things that people
You
enjoy
think he's
using
a soulless robot because he has feelings?
because I derive enjoyment out of people deriving enjoyment from the things I make.
You like writing fucking code.
Yeah, I mean I could
That's
I could write papers. I could write a story. And if someone reads that story and enjoys
Bruh,
that story,
okay, look.
that's awesome. I could
Most
be an
code
artist.
is fucking retarded, bro. Some code is
I
fun.
think
most
all
code is
of
fucking
us here would
retarded.
agree with you to an extent
You telling
about
me
that.
debugging
I
code
don't
is
think
fun?
any of us would disagree.
Yeah, I enjoy it.
We've
If
all
it,
done coding before.
if I am putting effort into making the application better, then it could be worth it. Like maybe at that one moment, yeah, it fucking sucks. But in the end, I'm glad that I did it because it is resulting in
fun.
a better application, which results in a better product, which results in a better experience for the end user. Again, if we bring this back to like art, let's say I'm an artist. I don't know, I weave things.
What
Like
is it?
I'm gonna spin
Bro,
some
don't lie
thread.
to me, nigga. You're doing that shit for the money, nigga. You're gonna do that shit for 10 years. You're gonna invest that
If
shit,
he
nigga.
wants
Then
to
you're
do
gonna go
that
live in an
for money,
apartment,
he
nigga,
would
and
not
play
be
video
able to
games, bro.
possibly
I
derive
mean, I mean,
from money.
Live in a massive mansion.
So what would
okay.
be if
I
you
am
do it?
unemployed right now. I'm not going to college. I'm literally in need, and I still write a lot of code because I enjoy it. It's something I do. I enjoy.
As long as you like doing something, it's
Damn,
done.
bro. That's like
What's done is done.
Like if I decide that I don't like doing this anymore, then I'm going to start investing my time to learn another skill, and a skill that I like, and a skill that other people can use.
What's your favorite language?
Science.
My favorite language? I don't really have a favorite one. I
Greek.
use C# and Java a lot.
Latin.
Okay.
Really,
Well, you see that thing like it happened like a couple days ago where somebody like added the fucking creator of HTML on
Oh
Twitter.
yeah,
And they're like, send it to me.
it was JavaScript.
Oh,
Like,
was
why isn't my CSS page?
yeah.
being
Oh yeah,
used
yeah.
in
And he's like,
JavaScript
send me
thing?
the fucking
And
files.
he's like, send me the HTML files.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't
that's what
know.
it
This
was.
guy's so fucking. Yeah, I was about to say.
Bruh,
I'm literally gonna.
that's impressive to me, honestly, because I find coding impossibly fucking boring. Even though
Yeah, like
I just do it for money, but that shit
Okay.
is impossibly fucking boring.
like I find plumbing very fucking boring. I hate plumbing. I wouldn't want to be a plumber. But there are some people who legitimately enjoy it.
Bro,
Who-
so you think like you do coding, right?
Yes.
Do you
And
feel like
they're-
you can put your 100% into coding and just like have like really like enjoy it like 100% and just like are you just spending like spare time? Like are you like you're just going at it like, you know, do you feel like you could wake up and work 16 hours a day just coding and just like if you really
Yes,
want-
I've literally done it before.
wow.
I've literally
Oh,
gotten up,
that's cool.
gotten on a call with someone. We were working on a project together. I will start writing code. I'll take breaks for getting food or going to the bathroom, taking a shower. But then I'll come back and I'll keep writing code and
I'm legitimately jealous.
working on people.
That
And
is a
then
fact.
then I'll be tired and I'll go to bed and I'll do the same thing the next day. And I'll do this for like a week or two straight.
I'm not good at doing like one thing normally, because that's why I like designing different things.
I mean, are you
No,
on
no matter what you
like,
design, it's always going to
No,
be different. So that's what makes
He's
it fun.
not on
no
Adderall.
prescription drugs?
Recently, no, okay, hold on. Recently, I started taking lithium.
Okay.
Is that
and-
metal?
Yes, but
Yes,
Will,
but not.
sort of.
Will. You literally do
Kate.
not have to justify it. It's just something you like to do. I don't understand what the issue is.
because it's being dumb. And I
I'm
don't
curious, bro.
No, I
I'm
take
why
lithium,
the
I
fuck would you not
take
answer?
Cymbalta, I take
You're a bitch, nigga.
well,
I just don't get it, bro. Like, what is your issue?
Those 3
Shut up,
things.
nigga. Ass nigga.
Lithium is a mood
What'd you say?
stabilizer. An
I said you're
antidepressant.
socially awkward, you bitch.
I'm socially awkward.
Yeah, mute your
In
mic
what
again,
in
bro.
what way? You might want to define it before you start using big words like that, man.
Oh shit, define it, bro. You guys have a fucking trend here. Holy shit.
Well, yeah, because you're fucking retarded, dude.
Oh shit, bro. Bro, calm the fuck down, bro.
Define
Holy
retarded.
shit, bro. Spell retarded.
Do that. I can't believe
Spell retarded, bro.
Does it just mean stupid, or is it a more of an insult?
Wait,
than
Nisi,
stupid?
do
Oh
you want a
my
serious
god,
answer?
dude.
Nisi, do you want a serious answer?
Yeah, sure, why not?
So, retarded used to mean stuff with like developmental issues in your brain. It has since changed because of how like broad of a term just saying retarded is, and also because it's like
All right, so its original thing was a mental illness.
basically not really a mental illness, but a mental deficiency.
Classification.
Bro, it's
Oh.
also an old ass word, nigga. It comes from like French or some shit, nigga. It's literally like means slow and stupid. Bro, they use it in music, nigga. Fucking retardando, nigga. It's the same shit from a different root.
Yes, but I mean, words will change depending on the context. Retarded in music doesn't mean the same as if I call somebody retarded.
When my friend was actually, retarded, he did have a mental classification. I don't know
Anyways,
how.
bro, listen, bro. I don't know what your name is, bro, but that's fucking sick, bro. Honestly, to be able to do that for 16 hours a day, like, which I'm assuming you did before you were taking medication, because like, bro, I popped Adderall, bro. I'm ready to fucking go, bro. I'm gonna sit there. I'm gonna fucking. All right.
So what you have to understand
The
about all
first
of the
thing you
medications
prescribe, like
I'm on
you do in
is
Adderall,
that none of them are what classification?
Dude. I'm gonna try and get
amphetamines is one
Seti
of
to
them
get me
for some of the
something,
ADHD meds.
or Bob
the other
or
one?
somebody, because
Uh,
to get me like
none of-
mods so I can kick
None
this
of
fucking
my
kid.
drugs
He's so fucking stupid.
have to do with stimulation. They all okay. So again, the lithium is a mood stabilizer. What that does is it allows my brain to more easily receive signals. To
Yeah,
be more
yeah, yeah. I know
signals.
about it and shit.
and then Cymbalta, that that produces or helps my body produce some
You were into
serotonin.
programming before you were on that shit, though, right?
Yes. So I guess my whole point is that, like, yes, I am taking things now, but I was into programming and enjoyed programming to this extent.
Like, you
before
understand why I asked that, though? There's a lot of young programmers that are just snorting Adderall and just, you know.
I know, and it's very sad. It's unfortunate.
Exactly.
And there are
bro,
people
yeah.
that will work for money. Like a lot of people go into accounting. A lot of people that become lawyers. They don't actually have any.
Bro, honestly, I might
great
do that
career
shit, bro.
aspirations.
Just start
They
snorting
just
Adderall and just become a fucking programmer or some shit, bro. Work for 10 years, just snorting the fuck out of Adderall and just invest the money in the stock market at like 1 mil and then just fucking live in an apartment, bro, and just meditate all day. Nigga, that's my plan.
you do.
Someone making meat. Is that veal or chicken?
Huh? What's so funny?
I'm laughing at
Oh,
Nisi.
it's chicken.
Why you laughing at him, bro? That's mean.
Sorry, I'm not laughing at him. I'm laughing at the situation of him
Screaming for meat.
Hey, is somebody making meat?
Shut up, Nisi. You're stupid. See, that's
Oh,
not.
man.
That's just being a friend, right?
Honestly, whatever you say to me, I don't think I'll ever get offended. There's only one time where I felt actually offended, and that was
Bruh,
just
bro, you grew up in Staten Island, nigga. I don't have to say.
I grew up
bro,
in
don't
Brooklyn.
say shit to you, bro. Listen, like, oh god, bro.
I grew up in Brooklyn. That's where everything's at. The city, everyone knows about that. That's kind of just a workplace. You want to get shot up at nighttime? There you go. That's the city for you. At daytime, you want to make money. You rob a place.
Bruh,
You don't rob a place at nighttime.
I'm doing school right now for coding. I'm doing a computer science degree, like 2nd year. Honestly, bro, I'm about to just bro. This shit seems useless, bro. I asked my teacher, bro, like, oh yeah, what's this function and shit, and this nigga's, just gives me the answer. I'm like, bro, what the fuck?
Nothing in school helps you.
Chocolate milk ass fucking don't actually know what the fuck he's talking about, bro. He just fucking.
Ooh,
Yeah, nothing in school helps you unless you pay for it.
Bro, people talk about like certificates and shit you do online. You do online like classes that are cheap as fuck. You literally pay like $50, you get a certificate, you can do a job interview with it, bro. You have the certificate, you do a job interview, and if they test you, bro, and you're skilled and shit in the job interview, like it's all about the interview, bro. You
Except
get the job.
people laugh you the fuck out of the interview if you only have that certificate or that set of certificates because they value a degree much higher than all of those, which is unfortunate because there are a lot of very good,
I'm at an impasse here
high school
because
dropout programs
I was given
who are
ban
never gonna
ability
get hired
and kick
without pursuing
ability.
higher education.
Okay.
Now I don't
heard
know
the
if I want
opposite,
to
bro,
because
like,
he sounds so
honestly.
Only
fucking
an
dumb.
You're the
F5
opposite.
was a high
Like,
school
push
dropout.
the
You know
opposite
that.
a lot.
The
But I
way
really
that
hate
just
where
having
Will's
the-
going.
The developer.
It's
that's
really
why.
making me mad
Sorry,
that
what
Will's
was
high
it?
school
There's
dropout.
many people talking for some reason.
Oh.
What the opposite? What do you say? People like to push the opposite. What? I'm trying to get. Yeah, you. Cal.
Okay, people will push the opposite because it helps them sell their product and their worldview, and their product and their worldview makes them money. So they're going to keep selling that to you, even if it's immoral or unjust. And some people genuinely are set out to try to do a good job and teach people programming in like 9 weeks or whatever. But there are so many other bad actors in that space that if you come out even from like, let's say, a good programming school like that, again, you're still just going to get laughed out at an interview. They're not going to hire you. They're not going to call you back.
Yeah,
like why?
If you have,
Like why?
it's
Like
matter
why?
more than the degree.
And I also hate
when
that
you
Will
already
is
have a foot in the door somewhere,
trying to have
by,
a
like,
conversation with him.
connection of
This
some
dude's an
sort.
actual fucking
And then
degenerate.
through that connection, you can still verify I do still have these skills. While I don't have the degree, I do have the
Isn't
certification.
that bullshit, bro? Fucking having
yes,
connection
it's
is
bullshit.
more important than
It's
fucking.
bullshit. But it's the way the world is right now.
Bro,
Not necessarily a good thing. I think it's a
it
bad
is
thing. I
what
think it's a
it
terrible
is.
thing. But that is currently the way the world is.
It is what it is.
To
Yo,
put
bro,
all
my sister's school is so like undiverse unless you live on campus.
certificates and degrees.
Otherwise, you're just an outsider doing work. You have no friends in that.
Bro,
I don't like it because I want to go up to them, slap them, and walk away.
bro, what type of meditation do you do, Shrimpy?
It depends on why I'm meditating at the time. So it could be
like,
because I have like
asana?
anxiety issues So I'm just doing like breathing exercises. Like you've done the one where it's like you put like
Dude, what the fuck is
Fist,
Nisi
like,
banging on?
put
Like,
the
I
Type
like
in numbers in? What the
it's just
fuck
like
you
fucking
doing, bro? What the fuck, you playing
retards.
fucking a game, bro? Shut up, bro. You sound like you're bombing a village or some shit, bro. Shut the fuck up.
it's important typing. It depends on, it just depends on like why I'm meditating. It can just be sometimes I meditate just because I'm absolutely super fucking bored and I don't feel like doing anything.
Me every day.
Meditate to like actually just pass time because I'm so
But
fucking
like, I know, but like, what do you do when you meditate? What do you mean by meditation? What is your action?
You relax your mind.
clinical meditation.
Okay, what do you do?
So like an example of it is there's a whole bunch of different examples of meditation you can do. One of the ones I do is when I like you can take your fist and you put your
Punch
fist
yourself.
ball and then you
Shut the
put it
fuck up,
under,
Nisi.
put it under your armpit.
Wait, what?
And
You
so
said what?
focus,
Fist?
focus.
What? I got fucking distracted by There we go. Thank you, Nisi.
You put your hand into a fist and
Yep.
you put that like you dig it into your armpit and you
Yep.
put that other
That's
arm
hot.
down
Mm.
and you start like you close your eyes obviously so that you can
Uh-huh.
get rid of
All right,
Yeah.
come on,
some of your
Jacob.
senses in a way.
Uh.
And then you start focusing on your breathing. You cover one of your nostrils.
God
It's like a
damn.
breathing exercise is one of the ways to treat my anxiety.
Yo, you do the nostril switch shit where you switch nostrils?
Yeah, and like you try to focus on your nostrils and like when it switches between like the strong.
Hey, bro, that's some good shit, bro.
Yeah. You focus on strong breathing, which one's dominant, that kind of stuff.
Like that was it for the first,
Bro.
I don't know, 15, 20 minutes.
Bro.
This
What
is
do you like with
literally
your
just him
mind,
saying,
though?
bro.
Like, you just like try to not think, or like you try to think about a specific thing, bro? Like,
It's more I try not to think about a specific thing. I think it's fine to have your mind wander a little bit. Like you're never ever gonna be able to 100% shut off your mind. Like that's some fucking bullshit. Like, oh, your mind is fucking blank. Nobody's mind is completely blank when they're meditating.
bro, can I give you something to try, bro?
Oh, here we go.
I mean, I don't see why not. I mean, I meditate almost every day.
All right, bro. It's a mantra.
All right.
All right. So this is an Indian mantra, ancient Indian mantra that people use to, get better sleep and shit. And of course, in science, medical science, people say that you need at least 7 hours of sleep and shit. But in ancient Indian, people have been researching the body through yoga and shit and trying to optimize different aspects of our physical life. But most gurus say that they can, reduce their sleep to all the way to 2 to 4 hours and still be operable and have energy. And,
Yeah, there's something called the Ubermensch sleep schedule. Do you know what that is?
No.
It's basically I don't know like the exact numbers, but it's some fucking insane thing.
Die Übermensch. Sprechen Sie Deutsch?
What?
Okay.
The Ubermensch sleep schedule is just a thing where basically when you do sleep, you only sleep for like 2 hours at a time or something like that, or like it might be even less. But you're
so that's why they walk around at night.
Nah,
you're
bro,
on, like,
these
a
yogis,
super
bro.
strict schedule, and it actually is maintainable without like any side effects. But if you miss when you're supposed to sleep, it just gets fucked completely, like by even like a minute. If you
Bro,
miss
these yogis, bro, they sleep 2 hours a night. Like they sleep 2 hours like every 24 hours, like type shit. Like,
yeah, hold on,
Said Jews sleep 2 hours.
bench sleep.
but anyways, bro, the mantra is first
Dude,
of all,
he
your
was
your
asking,
bed.
do you speak
According to
German?
these Indian yogis, bro, your bed cannot be pointed toward the north if you are in the northern hemisphere.
To flex.
That makes sense. It has to be pointed towards south. That's what my dad did.
Deutsch?
Yes.
That's why he would
Dude,
always
I
make me
just
point
wanna
it east
ban
or
him.
west.
Mine is east to west, yeah.
All right. So the reason
He's
is
not saying.
I don't know if you guys
he's
know
not
the
saying
reason,
anything
but like,
shitty yet.
I won't go into detail, but basically due to there's a magnetic pull.
I'll just ask Jacob if he'd be
Every
okay
year,
if I ban him right
scientists
now.
can measure, the continents are moving towards the northern pole and the northern hemisphere due to like a strong magnetic pull towards the north.
But it's too small.
That's how compasses work and things like that. And so if you point your bed towards the north, then and the blood vessels in the tops of your body are much smaller, and you only need an extra drop of blood to have a stroke in your fucking brain. So it's not healthy to have even the slightest amount of magnetic pull towards the top of your head. That's why your heart is positioned on the top half of your body. But You can point it east, west, south, you know, is good, but east, west is also fine. But the mantra is, I am not my thoughts and emotions. I am not my thoughts and emotions. And you just repeat that to yourself mentally. I tried that shit, bro. I literally tried that shit. I had a lucid dream, and I had the best fucking night of sleep I've ever had in my life, bro. I woke up like a goddamn doctor, bro. I was up like
Oh
a
shit, my
fucking.
bed is facing north. Uh-oh.
What was it again?
Oh.
I'm not my thoughts and emotions.
I am not my thoughts and emotions, or emotions, something like that. Like I am not my thoughts and emotions. Like it teaches you to like look at your thoughts and emotions from like an observer perspective, like because truly, like according to these yogis and like yoga and shit, like your thoughts and emotions are not your true self. Your true self is like, for instance, you can't control your thoughts, you can't control your emotions, so like it's not aligned with your true self and
Agreed.
shit like that.
To an extent.
If I tell you to think of like a pink dude, if I tell you to not think of a pink elephant, then like
Yeah, then because you said pink elephant is in my mind.
exactly. So like your mind is actually just like
I can't actually imagine it. How would a pink elephant?
It's like an elephant but pink and
Dude,
easy.
Nisi needs to like
Yeah, but
go away. I don't know who
hard.
this guy is. He's so fucking
It's
retarded.
not straightforward for me.
bro, I love my boy.
It's like because the wrinkles get in the way and it doesn't turn pink, it kind of turns like a dark purple.
All right, bro. Thanks for that. But anyways, bro, try that out, bro. I woke up, bro. I swear I had the best night of sleep I've ever had,
Is
bro.
that like before or during meditation?
While you're just laying in
Dude.
bed, you're just you go to lay to bed. Then
Why?
usually like
Why
I
keep
don't know. It
talking
usually
to
takes
him?
me like 5
Why
minutes.
keep
10
fucking
minutes
talking
to
to
just
him?
like knock the fuck out. Like I don't just immediately just hit the bed. And, like, I actually like it takes me like a little bit to like pass. But while I'm fucking like
Sorry,
thinking
Jacob.
my mind,
Time's
I'm just
up.
like, I am not my thoughts and emotions. I am not my thoughts and emotions. Bro, there must be something to it because I fucking woke up.
Oh, I
and
thought you
sprung
meant
up like a damn
Jacob.
grasshopper, bro. Like, boing, I fucking got up, bro. I would fucking rain, bro. I was ready, bro. I had a great ass day. But
I think the main thing is just actually
Sorry,
giving
shrimp.
yourself time before bed to let your body
It's like a
decompress.
placebo effect. If it's not real but you think it is, it will happen.
Partially that, but also to legitimately give like a lot of people will use their phone and computers
When was this
right up
guy
until the time they
fucking
go to bed.
invited in?
Oh yeah,
Um,
that's gonna make it real hard.
And even with blue light filters and all that, there still is you're still kind of screwing yourself and your natural like system.
In the
You
you telling me
middle.
you're not watching Bafangul podcast till the very moment you fall fucking asleep, my guy? What the fuck you doing?
I don't do anything while I'm asleep. I kind of just look up because I have a solar system.
Where the fuck is this
Yeah,
guy?
yeah,
He's like,
Bro, my
welcome
boy
to me.
literally fucking gave me the Trump emoji. Fucking, my boy opened his hand. He's like, I don't know. I don't do that. I don't do that. I don't
May.
care. I don't do that.
May of 29.
Um,
I need a lot of
May,
times before I
29th of May.
attempt to sleep.
Hey, bro, write me a fucking program, bro. I'll download that shit.
What do you want the program to do? We'll do
Yeah.
it. Since you
I want
won't
to
do
steal my fucking
this
credit
man
card
made a
information.
bot for us in one of our old Discord servers that joined and made a monkey noise.
I wanted to steal my credit card information. I wanted to keylog my credit card information. All that. Just put it on a USB. I'll take that, and then yeah, I'm gonna put that in my computer.
those are two different things. Keylogging is very easy. The stealing is so you have
Oh my fucking god. Will's
different
literally,
browser.
I'm so
hash
curious.
credentials.
Like, this is such a weird
You could
dynamic
try to
where
do
there's
more
3 of
sophisticated,
us
like,
that don't like
injection
him.
into the
Right, like
browser.
But
if I give
2
you
of
like
us
just free reign,
that
like, if I
continue
just,
to have a
like, if I just let
conversation
you
with the
up,
man.
like, plug
And
some
I
USB
don't
into my
understand
computer,
it.
like,
It's
can
so
you just, like, go
fucking
into my Google
baffling.
Cache of,
It's
like,
maddening even.
because like when I click a fucking card thing in Google, bro, that shit automatically
Will-
puts that
Will-
shit. Could you just take that shit?
Is so nice that he's
if
going
you've
out
put
of
it
his
on your
way to
computer, yes.
explain a
So
fucking program
the way
to
Google
this
does that is
troglodyte.
all of that information is actually stored off on their servers. Only a very small portion is stored on your
Dude, this is so
computer.
aggravating.
Bro,
So what happens is when you click on it then you send your kind of like credentials and authentication off to Google servers, and then they send the very secure information back to your computer. So if the virus was running at the time that information is sent back to the computer, it could extract that and have that itself.
bro, can I ask you a question, bro?
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand. Like, like you have a program, right? That's a virus, right? You write a script or some shit, like
Dude,
it's a virus.
I,
It takes shit like Google. I don't know.
so
I don't know
Will
how they
thinks
like
it's
detect
funny.
that it's a
So he's
virus. I guess there's like
interacting with
certain
them.
commands in the
But
script like are like like sus or some shit.
he's just
But like
enabling him.
There are
Uh,
multiple ways that antiviruses will try to detect it. So the simplest way is by file signature. So you basically run a questionable file through a math equation that spits
wanna,
out
like-
a SHA-512 hash,
Also,
which
fuck
is
with him, maybe.
512
I
characters.
don't know. I feel like because I feel like
that
now that I have this power,
the bits you put into it
like I
will
want to
make the
just
unique hash. So if someone else
server
has
deafen
the
him, server mute
same
him.
fishy file and runs it through that hash, they'll get the same output. So you can basically say, okay, well, here's a fishy file. This person also has it. So you have two fishy files. The thing is, well, a lot of malware will actually change its file, or it will inject into other applications. So it won't necessarily have a constant file signature to check. So the slightly more intensive way is by actually analyzing behaviors of programs, seeing what methods they call, the time between calls, certain combinations. Yeah.
I get that, but my main question is like, let's say you download something, right? Like you just download a file, right? Like it's really a file. Like you can see that it's a file. Like it's a fucking file, but like it's a virus or some shit. But like, how does the virus run? Like, don't you have to run like an exe or something to get something going? Like, how does a virus just start on your computer? Like, how
So
does
there are
like if you plug a USB in, can it just go immediately, or like do you
there,
need to click something or like?
there are
Dude,
two
he's real
ways.
shit. He's real
There
shit.
is
Just talking to him.
directly running a file, like running an exe or something like that, or exploits. So an exploit would be an example. Let's say
Like,
a JavaScript website.
Shit?
Let's say I go to an infected website, and they happen to have a 0 day, and I happen to have an outdated browser. So when I go to the site, the browser will attempt to load JavaScript, and it will end up actually running malicious like code on my computer. And if it's fancy, then it will even break out of like the browser sandbox and start running like literally a separate
and he, like,
application
insulted Bob.
on the
I
computer.
understand. He's like,
Like not just in the
like,
browser.
it's fucking Pillsbury Doughboy, make me a fucking
exploit, right?
biscuit.
So,
Blah,
like,
blah,
that's
blah.
not like
Like, dude,
So that's not normal.
not supposed to happen. It's like
No, that is unwanted behavior.
Bob just hangs out with
Something
him.
that's a little bit more
I asked
standard
Bob because
would be this actually happened
Nisi was doing
with
something in the game,
CS:GO
and I'm
and
like,
TF2 and Garry's Mod,
he like had to leave Discord.
where when they
And
introduced
I said
sprays
to
into
Bob,
the
I was like,
game,
dude, like, how
the
do you find
server
these friends?
could
And
send,
he's like, well, he's not really a
or
friend.
even a
And then
player
Nisi joins back
connecting
and
to the
he
server
wasn't able to
could
elaborate.
send basically
I said,
all the
dude,
other players
He doesn't even like these people.
malicious data, and
So what the
it
fuck?
would run it.
Why is it? Why are we
um,
suffering?
lol.
Basically using multiple different kind of exploits and things that really shouldn't work the way they did, but they did work that way. So you were then running this person's malicious code on your computer without knowing. But really, for most malware infections, it's going to be people either running infected files, because like a lot of times malware will be bound to like, let's say a formatted game or
I don't
something
get
like
it.
that.
I literally don't get it.
So let's say you download like a pirated game from a Swing site, and you run it, you could then have the virus on your computer too, because when you run that file, it runs both the game and the malware. Another way commonly is for like, you know how in emails I always say like don't download attachments from sites you don't trust. And I think, well, this is just like a Word document file. It should be fine. In Microsoft Office, there are things called macros, and those will basically allow someone to store
Data. You can like find an exploit or some shit.
Yeah, so like if you enable macros in that Word document,
So if you download like a Word document and run it, you might just get fucked.
yes.
your butthole might just open like digitally, and like some like a giant fucking like Java dong might just flow into your butthole or something.
But aside from like 0-day remote code executions, which are very rare but also very dangerous,
So just like in
exploits.
Discord.
the user directly has to do something or have some action on the file for
Bro,
it
you
to
ever
start
seen
executing.
videos where they fucking download famous viruses and there's like on a virtual machine and they just watch that shit go, bro?
Yeah, I mean,
videos
I
are
actually did a lot of like malware analysis myself. There are a couple of forums that I would help people on basically removing viruses and whatnot. So
Why was one there?
What?
Sorry.
Bro, are you the
Uh,
nigga with the fucking Windows activate Windows hack thing? Did you send that to Bob?
Did Bob give it to you? Yeah, that's me.
Nigga, bro? Bob was like, "Yo, I got a boy." He's like, "I got you, bro. I know a guy." Nigga, Bob was like, "I know a guy, bro. Send me that shit, bro." I ran that shit. Boom. My fucking bro. That shit had me scared, bro. It was like, it plays that like creepy ass noise. I'm like, oh no. And then my
Yeah,
shit.
no, it was written by someone who has a bit of nostalgia for early 2000s programs.
That's pretty fucking sick, bro.
Oh my god. Person.
So like, damn, bro. Like you're that into programming, like
Some people would yell at you for that because there's sort of a distinction between like cybersecurity malware analysis and actual programming, but I do enjoy both of them.
That's fucking sick, bro. Like, I'm so happy for you. Like, I'm so happy for you, man. Like, I personally don't have something I can just work on 16 hours a day or like and just be satisfied. Like, I don't like. I don't know, bro. Like, that's such a gift, bro. That's such a gift.
Yeah, like, I mean, some people find like things they like to do,
Exploring the world.
college or I don't know.
Bro, I literally like to do nothing, bro. If I had the opportunity, I would just be Buddha, nigga, and I would just sit under a fucking tree and I would just meditate, bro. But I can't because niggas always try me, so I have to lift weights, nigga. Bro, and I can't be Buddha and fucking lift weights, bro. No one's gonna listen to me if I'm just fucking swole as fuck and I'm Buddha, bro. That is not gonna fucking work.
I think more people would listen to you if you were jacked Buddha.
Alright, you got any closing
Maybe,
statements,
bro.
brother?
Who? What are you talking about?
You. Do you have any closing statements?
Why are you gonna ban me or some shit?
Yeah, bro. It's been real. It's been fun. It's been real fun.
Alright, bro. Nice talking to you, bro. Yeah, I'm gonna add you, bro. I have some more coding questions. If you are interested in the answer.
Oh my god. Oh my god. How? Where did it?
Good luck.
Let me see, what are you playing?
Peace, bro.
I don't know.
Take some
Please stop
meditation, bro. You should learn some meditation from your boy Shrimpy, bro. It'd actually help you out, bro.
Probably would. Man.
My boy Buck.
Love you, brother. See ya.
Love you, brother.
Peace out.
Peace, man.
Dude, you just took it.
Yeah.
You did just take it.
Yeah.
I didn't have a lot of other options, but like that was kind of
No.
nice.
Yeah.
Bro, it's quiet now. I can finally leave call and go to sleep.
Yeah.
Would you like me to change that?
No.
I'm kidding.
I'm tired as fuck. I don't know what happened under. He kind of just died after he went
Yeah.
to D&D.
I would have loved to play GTFO, but
We got unlucky.
or another game of Valorant, but God forbid.
You want to do Spike Rush?
Yeah, I'll play a game of Spike Rush. Oh, Jax! Thank you. Oh, Andy! Oh my God! Cheers, love the Cowboys here!
What happened?
If you guys give me like
Oh!
if you guys give me like 2 minutes, I'm down for it. I'm just in the middle of
Yeah,
a good run of
dude,
an OC
take your
song.
time. Oh, fuck!
What happened?
Dude.
What a fucking idiot.
Dude, what a fucking retard, man!
Dude, he actually, dude.
Small brain, tiny brain.
My man was eating those eucalyptus leaves, dude.
Whoa.
Fuck
What was
him.
occurring?
Well, if you go on my live stream,
My
Archer Crumb
eucalyptus
at,
leaf.
at YouTube.
Were you streaming it all
Yes.
on YouTube?
Yes.
Thank
That's why I was
you.
watching it, dude.
Dude, I didn't get the entirety of it, but I got a good
How
amount.
much?
A good bit.
I'm 75% through the Sosu song, by the way. We'll be able to do Valorant.
It was
don't
not.
worry.
It was not the mega juicy bits of this dude's a troglodyte and Cro-Magnum.
Jesus Christ, nothing's
Dude, what a. Oh my god.
Did you
what
get
a
me
tool.
defining definitions?
I'm not
Yes.
saying. I just want to know what happened.
Holy shit!
Dude, deadass.
Yeah.
He had to Google the scientific method.
And he Googled,
Deadass.
what was it?
Dude, while I was arguing with him, I was like, man, what happened to Jax joining? I wanted to play some Valorant.
Dude, that happened is what happened. I'm like, dude, I'm not fucking getting in the same.
Whatever, just tell me later.
Wait, did Andy just stop?
Oh my
Wait, did Andy
Yeah,
just leave?
yeah, because he wanted to be told the story and he wasn't
Oh.
told the story immediately, so he left.
Yeah.
Alright, the Osu song is done. We beat the high
What are
score.
y'all
Didn't get any PP.
doing
So,
tonight?
I did not get any PP. Feels bad.
That's
We're about
good,
to
be too small.
I had to, yeah, relaunching my game looks like it fixed it, by the way, because it wasn't like down.
How did he have a game like that shit?
Dude.
What time was that?
What happened to DC?
I don't know.
got
So
charged.
Bulldog, fuck.
what's happening?
I don't know. I
Oh,
instantly
he's
muted that dude.
Spike Rush?
What's last
Uh,
So on my bike,
unfortunately.
Like, I just,
on the net, on the side of the net.
just imagine.
Nice.
Wait, who just left?
Fucking whoever the worm boy is.
Nate?
Oh.
Dude,
Hey,
like,
join
what
to-
the fuck is up with these impatient people?
I didn't even realize it was like,
Dude.
like, I realized he was, I didn't realize he was saying anything.
One, two, three.
I'm ready to clean off my last match history. God, that was miserable. Wait, no. Oh, okay, that's fine. I saw something like I saw a new message in Noobs, and I was like, "Oh no, did Bob unban him and then just re-invite him?" But no, it's just Quee boosting the server.
I don't understand using words when you don't know their meanings.
That guy was talking so much shit out of his ass, dude. My god. So fucking
Mathematical.
stupid.
Mathematical.
He felt like he had me when he mentioned the big word of synchronicity, but little did he know I have done more self-reflection than he has, it seems. I will admit, I was surprised he knew what the Bhagavad Gita was.
Yeah.
But because of the fact that he knew what that was, I assumed he prescribed to a lot of Hindu and Buddhist beliefs.
Which he did.
Because it's pretty rare for Western people to know what that is. There's nothing wrong with prescribing to those. It's the justification for it.
A lot of even like non-belief stuff in like Buddhism is kind of chill. Or like, I don't know, it kind of goes.
Like, I mean, as long as your
It's
justification
an actual religion.
is relatively fine, there's no real issue with you, like believe in it. But when your justification for it is quite literally nonsense, it's like,
Are you fucking kidding me?
Reincarnation is real because
Why did you pull out your bow?
I'm fine with people believing in reincarnation.
Alright, I'm fine.
but when your justification is synchronicities, and then you can't actually back up
Or is
synchronicities.
that like a gone, as in like you just got deleted from the server?
It won't be. These people don't know what the hell these things are.
He sounds like he's in fucking hell, dude.
I insta-muted him when I joined.
Webcam's gonna get killed by the cat.
No idea who that is.
Oh, she's gonna get killed by the cat. Holy shit.
How is Stella doing?
She's doing great.
Is she
She
still
was-
good? Or is she better? I should
She's-
state.
She's better. She's amazing. So
Good.
was sitting like up on top of my desk,
Mm-hmm.
and she climbs down my monitor arm, and usually she kicks the like webcam cable, so it goes like yeeting backwards behind the monitor. I just kind of leave it there for the rest of the night because I'm too lazy to like stand up and get it.
I respect that.
God damn, man.
Wait, where the fuck did he
That
come
was
from?
I knew
too
that
much.
was Trouble Archer the moment I saw each.
Okay.
Yeah, dude, what the fuck? Anime name, anime profile picture. Ichigo, bro. Get
Dude,
the fuck out of
the way
here.
you said that, Jax, in the DMs, you were like, try having a. What'd you say? You were like.
What the hell? Why did you jump out with the shotgun?
My man Ichigo himself, dude.
dude.
Tell him to go back
Tell
to his dog shit anime that
Dumb
was
bitch.
canceled.
I was
Dumb
like,
bitch.
oh, so you know this dude, like you're friends.
No.
And then
I
it
just
like
know the
spiraled
anime.
into like, who the fuck is this guy?
Oh,
Dude, what the fuck?
there's a reason he wasn't invited to 4th of July.
Who is that?
Yeah, who the fuck is
Nate.
that?
He what?
I know that he knows Nate.
I mean, I think I know Connor. Like, but he was like,
Well, that was Connor.
I know, but I'm saying I think like, I know a Connor that Bob has hung out with, but he was like the only cool one at the party because like there was Nate, Trey, Deontay, and
Hello,
Connor.
Julie.
Oh, thank
Hey,
God, it's just
Julie.
Julie.
Yeah, thank
I
God
thought
a
it was,
fucking
I thought it was
normal
another
person.
fucking
No.
idiot. Jesus Christ.
My question is, why the fuck Archer? Why are you in the server retard role? What did you do to
Because
Bob?
he needed the ban hammer.
There was things going on, and nobody here could take care of it because we didn't have the role, and I requested the role, and I took care
From
of
Bob?
it. Yes.
Okay.
Or-
So
I have a
messaged Cindy and I was
gallon.
like, nah.
Yeah, Cedric's dead because he's got work tomorrow.
Understandable.
Oh, you're kidding.
I have a gallon of rubbing alcohol.
Oh,
You can't
good
do
old fashioned isopropy. Start chugging.
Brother, I got 3 more downstairs.
You die. Please don't.
Yeah, isopropy.
Jax, please
It is. Ah, Archer,
What?
he's here.
launch that Valorant, Jax.
Dude.
I'm sanitizing my bed because.
Hey,
Where are my
because
sensors?
Steady fucking. Never mind.
Fuck, cam is loading.
No, I can't do it because I have my stream open. Let me just end my webcam.
Brother.
Let me just end this